Well, you learn something new almost every day, particularly when you research the backstory on these records, such as the case of the song at number 2 on my fantasy playlist of January 3rd, 2009, David Cook with Lights On. This sounds kind of like a Daughtry record, maybe a Hinder record, Puddle of Mud song. As a matter of fact, one of the guys who wrote this song, Brian Howes, he's written for Hinder and Puddle of Mud. But the other guy who wrote this song, Chris Cornell of Soundgarden, and was a member of Audioslave back in the early 2000s. He came out with a solo record that I really liked, and a Fedgum, I can't remember the name of it, about a year ago. It was fantastic. But anyway, getting back to this David Cook record with Lights On, here's the deal about this record. It does sound a little bit like a Soundgarden record. Let me explain. Think of this scenario. Soundgarden, they get together, and the group gets together, and they're like, let's come up with a very commercial sounding record. Let's break through on top 40 radio. How do we approach this? And Soundgarden, they come out with a record like this, Lights On. Does sound a little bit like a Soundgarden record. David Cook came across this song, and I didn't know this. Chris Cornell did a version of Billie Jean. I never heard it. I would like to, though. It'd be kind of like, I remember when Alien Ant Farm, the group, they covered Smooth Criminal by Michael Jackson? That was pretty good. But David Cook, he came across the song when he did a version of Chris Cornell's cover of Billie Jean on American Idol. And Chris Cornell, I guess he saw it on the telly, and he praised it. He got on the media and said, man, David Cook, he killed it. He knocked it out. Ball right out of the park. And not only that, Chris Cornell, he sent David Cook a copy of the record of Lights On, a song that he co-wrote. And how would you like to cover this song that I wrote? Well, of course, David Cook was flattered. I mean, we're talking about Soundgarden, a legendary alternative group back in the '90s, and then you got Audioslave in the early 2000s. Spearheaded by Chris Cornell. And this record, David Cook's Lights On, was the first single released off the 2008 American Idol Winners debut album. I had to read it off my notes because if I actually said it verbatim, it'd just come out incoherent. Well, nothing incoherent about the chart position on my fantasy playlist. Up 6 from 8 to number 2. David Cook with Lights On my fantasy playlist, January 3rd, 2009.